Tender Hearts TLC, where they don't just care for your loved one, they give them tender, loving care. For more info, you can reach them at 909-528-9759. That's 909-528-9759 for Tender Hearts TLC.
Oh, Tay, you said you wanted that real news. Well, I'm Bon Johnson, and it's time for News That Blows.
What it do?
Welcome, me groovies. Happy Saturday night to all of y'all out there in Radio Land, man. This is News That Blows. I'm Bon Johnson, and I'm joined in the studio, of course, again with our usual groovies and Eric Suave, Eric the super well-read Suave groovy guy. Of course, we have Kirsten Maxine Albright, also known as Lady Albright, don't you know?
Absolutely.
The responsible one in the crowd who helps us with our relationship situations. And those of you out there with your relationship situations. We also, of course, got my brother from another mother, Hipsy Gutters. And we're going to talk a little bit about, very little actually, about this News That Blows. We're going to go ahead and let my boy Terry Ellis in, who is back from his vacation. Would you please, Hipsy? Thank you, my brother. He'll be right down, man. So we're News That Blows right here on KCAA Radio, McGroovies. We will be back after these messages, and we're going to talk a little bit about Sister Ellen. Inland Empire, Bon Johnson here. Now, we all know that recycling saves the planet. But what do you do with your old TV sets, laptops, and computers? You can't just toss them out with the trash. You can pay someone else to come out and dispose of them for you, or you can do what I did. Take your old TV sets, laptops, and computers down to FNG Recycling Corporation and get paid for them. Another way FNG recycles your TV sets, laptops, and computers is by fixing them. Yes, they also do repairs at a great price. These guys are open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's FNG Recycling Corporation. Give them a call at 818-477-8072. Or just drop in. FNG Recycling Corporation is located in San Bernardino County at 18907 Bellflower Street in Adelanto, baby. Tell them Bond sent you.
You bet.
Howdy, folk. Now, as you can imagine, it gets awfully boring out here on the prairie, except for Saturday nights. That's when we all sit around the campfire and listen to News That Blows. That there Bon Johnson fella, well, he's something else. News That Blows with Bon Johnson, right here on the Inland Empire's own KCAA Radio.
See, that wasn't so bad, was it? Now, let's get back to more News That Blows.
Welcome back, me groovies. I am Bon Johnson. This is News That Blows right here on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire. And we thank you all for listening to us out there, as well as KCAAradio.com. All over the world, baby. That's right. That's how we get it in. Did y'all notice I'm dressed in my Saturday night pimpadociousness? Did you guys check me out in my little thing? This is not my usual thing. I am celebrating tonight. What I am celebrating is the launch of the KSJW network. We're going to try to have it on the air next week, you guys. So I know we talk about News That Blows, and for all of y'all who get your only news all week from us, sorry, y'all gonna have to do without it this week because I'm gonna spend most of the time talking about our new network. I'm chopping it up right now, little brother. I'm letting them know right now. We're gonna talk about the shows that are coming on. It's nothing but news that is super groovy and exciting for me, myself, personally. We have back after several years. It seems like several years, baby boy. Just jump in and share, man. Just jump in and share on a microphone, brother. We got Shorty on microphone somehow here. Okay, yeah. But yeah, just jump in right there, man. Go ahead, bro. And say hello to the folks out there. This is Cousin Terry, folk, back.
How you doing?
Where you been, man?
Oh my gosh, I've been in Pennsylvania. I love the bridges.
Oh, okay.
Went to New Jersey.
All right.
Dope.
Went out to New Jersey and then shot over to Portland.
Oh my goodness.
Downtown scene, you know.
Man, ain't you tired?
Oh, man, I'm trying to...
I'm tired of hell listening to you.
Like working, bro.
Quit playing. Welcome back, baby boy, man. I love you, dog. So happy to have you back in the room.
Yeah.
And of course, we are going to stick with a little bit of our tradition. Of course, we will be doing Ask Lady Albright, because I don't want to get beat up by people on the streets when they see me and say, you know, I had stuff I needed to know.
Oh, wait a
How
minute.
dare you not ask my question?
We love that jacket. We love the jacket.
Are you digging my...
I know y'all seen that.
I was just telling everybody that you know, I'm feeling my super groovy tonight because I'm launching a new network, and
collar.
I'm excited, you know.
Big, you know,
See what I'm saying? We might have to get you for our show about fashion. You're already kind of suited and booted with 2 other shows. We're going to talk about that stuff a little bit tonight. One thing I did want to talk about, of course, apparently she changed her name during the commercial break. Ellen is really Jean. No, that's me. That's just Bon Johnson being Bon Johnson. You know what I mean? Ellen, Jean, good old, what's her name? You know,
she's a sister.
Yeah, we used to be married. But she is probably the most talked about, one of the most famous people on the planet right now, behind her predictions for
NCAA.
In the NCAA, Chicago, or no, what is it? Loyola Chicago, right?
Yes, Loyola of Chicago.
And we're going to have our boy Eric the Well-Read Suave do some of his radio spaz sports stuff for us in a little bit here. But what I wanted to say was, I have a question. Isn't it kind of unfair advantage that the one team's got, you know, like Lady or you know, Sister Jean? It's like one team's being allowed to take Godroids, and the other teams are just out there on regular old people stuff.
And Gatorade.
You know what I'm saying? they're on regular human and Gatorade. Scooch in some more so we can get my boy in the camera. Yeah, get cozy. Come on around. There you go. Scooch yourself around there, Terry. Let's all get familyed up in this piece. Okay. So that was just something I thought that was really funny that I wanted to talk about.
Right.
We are going to get back to the brackets and whatnots because I do want to talk about the sports stuff because, you know, it's dominating the news. Let's face it. Every once a year here in America, we all give a damn about college basketball. This is the time. There are some people who are year-round folk. More props to you. I know they fill up auditoriums and stadiums with the kids off the hook. They got bigger stadiums for football than the pro teams. I don't know if y'all know that. Almost every college stadium is bigger than pro stadiums because they fill them up. Yeah, them kids don't play. I'm not mad at them. But these cats, man, they're out there. They're doing it, and Eric is going to let us know who's. Obviously, we know that God has lifted Loyola to the Final Four. The Final Four. I couldn't even say it, man. And trust me, Kansas right now. Is it Kansas State that they just put it on today? Oh, they're not feeling it either. And Nevada, and you know, whoever else it is that got to be part of somebody else's history. That always sucks. You know, they always talk about, oh, I don't want to be in somebody's poster. You know, me being an actor, I'm like, hey, they have to pay you for your likeness. You get paid either way. It's okay. Get slam dunked on, dude. Quit running out from under the rim. Go ahead and get in that shot. Quit playing. Get in the shot. Quit playing. How about y'all said, dude? I'll be mugged up under that piece. Slam on me. All right, you know what? We got to go to our Lady Albright question after this break. We're going to do our Lady Albright question because I do believe I have a break coming up. How long do I have a break coming up in? I know I don't have time to do the question. So instead, what I want to do right now is, you guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little unorganized tonight because I've spent all week just working on all these shows, getting the KSJW website up. I listen to the news, but in all honesty, there was so much of it that blows. I couldn't pick and choose as to what not to talk about so I could have room to talk about our cool stuff. Yeah. I said to hell with all of it. I'm not doing any news today. I'm doing y'all's regular stuff, but I'm not doing the news that blows. So this is Bon Johnson. This is News That Blows, where we're not doing the news that blows today. We'll be right back after this. Greetings, Inland Empire. I've got a question for you.
What do you do if you've just graduated from high school, aren't ready to go to a university yet, and are nowhere near ready to get a career started? Or if you just want to upgrade your skill sets to get yourself a better job? I'm Bon Johnson from KCAA Radio's News That Blows, and I've also got an answer for you. Further your education at San Bernardino Valley College. San Bernardino Valley College offers courses that will ready you for today's job market, taught by today's top-notch instructors. It doesn't matter if you're fresh out of high school or if you have 20 years on the job. Go to valleycollege.edu and get your future started today. Hi, I'm Bon Johnson. I host KCAA Radio's News That Blows. I'm also trying to become a published writer, and when I first decided to write my book, I was given some great advice. I was told that a writer's most valuable tool is their butt, because the first thing you need to do to become a writer is put your butt in a chair and start writing. Great advice, but not altogether true. The first thing you need to do to become a writer is know how to read. Reading truly is fundamental. Yeah, that feels good. I like it. Let's do some more News That Blows.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a little bit more of this news that don't
keep it
blow.
pushing.
That's right, here today. Welcome back, folks. I'm Bon Johnson. This is News That Blows right here on KCAA Radio. It's our Saturday night news party. And we are on 102.3 FM, 106.5. Five, damn it, 106.5, Sicko! 106.5 FM and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire.
Yes, sir.
And on I almost said radio spaz again. Oh, help me out, Mama. KCAAradio.com.
Okay.
All over the world.
Plug it in.
Yes.
Where is it? I think it's all over the world. Hey, folks, we want to talk a little bit about what's happening. Like I said, we have, let me talk as a producer for a second. I'll put on my Steve Jones Watson hat. Right? Let me let Steve Jones Watson holler at y'all. I had a goal when I came here to KCAA Radio, and that was to put together a product. I wanted people to see a news show that was like a bunch of friends in a room chopping it up, and the audience was like the fly on the wall.
Thanks.
And we have done 12 episodes. The last 4 I have to really say that I'm super proud of. They shined from the cats back in the studio at KCAA to those of us here in this studio. They were all awesome jobs. Exactly what I, as a producer, spent the money to be on KCAA Radio for.
Yep.
And I'm so grateful and proud for the time that I've spent here. This is going to be our last show on KCAA Radio. This will not by any means be the last News That Blows.
Yes, I don't think that.
No. We will be going on KSJWnetwork.com. KSJWnetwork.com.
One more time.
KSJWnetwork.com.
Yep.
And it doesn't have a 5 in it, so I don't mess it up. J! Oh, you're real funny, yo. You're real funny. You see how they do me up here in the studio? That's it. These are my peoples. All right, we're going to go ahead and get around to our Lady Albright question. We got to ask Lady Albright because that's what we do. This is a segment, right?
You guys are hams.
Y'all don't know how it goes on around here. We'd be like, what do we do? What do we do? Lady Albright, save us again. Okay. First off, I'd like to thank our listeners for sending in all of these letters that we've had for all of these episodes of Lady Albright. I want to take this moment because I'm going to be doing this throughout the night. I'm going to be plugging shows that will be on KSJWnetwork.com. Lady Albright is one of the shows. She will be expanding off to her own 1-hour show. Congratulations.
Congrats.
In which she will be able to answer a lot more questions. She will also have herself a live Skype line on her show on which people can talk to her, and she can go a little further into depth with these questions because one of our only things here is we just couldn't, ask more questions. So she's going to have time to ask more questions as well as accessibility. Give us a little bit of, thoughts about. You're going to be doing this from the UK now, right?
Yes. Well, it'd be all over the world.
Oh my goodness! See?
All over. I like that segue.
Quit playing.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Oh man. Oh, my goodness, I miss you already. But here is our question for Ask Lady Albright for this evening. Thank you very much for the drum roll. Dear Lady Albright, my wife and I have only been married, or have been married, about 11 years now, but it didn't take long. I guess while we were having our 3 children, I realized that our marriage wasn't working. Ooh, yikes.
Right.
The children are 10, 8, and 5 years old.
Oh, little baby.
We've tried counseling without success. I've wanted a divorce for as long as I can remember. We don't have sex anymore, and I avoid my wife to avoid confrontations as best I can.
Yeah, we
Feel
can
you.
have that. We can.
I'd like my kids to grow up to know the real me and not the one who has to always keep the peace.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, when would be the right time to separate so as our children don't suffer any more than they have to, dealing with pain and hurt from the experience? Thanks, the unhappy husband.
Oh dear, that does sound
Yes,
bad.
so he
doesn't
didn't even
it?
put his name on
That's
it.
real.
It's just the unhappy husband.
Straight anonymous.
Well, before I answer his question, I would like to say that this really emphasizes how important it is for people to make the right choices.
Absolutely.
Because if already very shortly after they'd been married, he could see that this wasn't working. I mean, it's dreadful. It's dreadful for both of them,
Right,
but it's
but-
also dreadful for the children, because children can feel this sort of thing.
Right.
And I would say that I don't think it's easy for children, regardless of when
Age.
you divorce. No.
Yeah, there's sometimes
But
there
I
is no
think-
easy way.
No, but I think it's about how you do it.
Right.
So it's about the communication between you and your wife, no fighting, no arguing in front of the children, making sure that when you do separate, if it's if your wife has the children, that you spend and are a huge part of your life, of your children's lives together, because that is what's going to really make your children suffer if they also lose their father or their mother or whatever it is. So the main important thing here is making it as comfortable for the kids as possible.
Yeah, your 18-year commitment doesn't end
it
just
sounds-
because your
no.
relationship has.
Well, it's only 11 or 12, isn't it? But it does.
Right.
Saying that, it's not very many years, and the children aren't very big. That means that they can still adjust to maybe another father figure,
Right.
not another father, but another father figure or another mother figure, which, so it's a bit easy before they become teenagers, because once you have teenage kids, they want to, they're too young to be kids, but too old, or too young to be adult, but too old to be children in their minds.
Right.
And then there's a whole different ball game there, because then they're really going to have a lot of trouble. So, this time now is as good as any. Just be really careful of how you do it. And I would say
agree.
get some help. Get some help from therapists that can help with the kids. Get the kids in therapy. Talk about it.
Well, Kristen, a couple of the words that he used in here were
Yeah.
pain and hurt. And what I'm hearing you say is those are choices that he and his wife have.
Yeah.
There doesn't have to be pain and hurt just because of what they're going
No,
through.
no,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
So,
But it does sound very bad, and for somebody to write in something like that, I mean, it's dreadful. And my heart goes out to them as well as the kids, because, it's just
Not
not
easy.
well,
you know.
it's nice that he's searching for a pain-free way, but there are just some things that come with pain,
Yeah.
and apparently
Support
that's a
each
lesson your
other.
kids are going to have to learn as well.
Support each other, be there for each other, and do the best you can for each other, and then that should rub off on the children. That sort of attitude should rub off on the children as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Great advice.
that just got us all, didn't it?
Wait
Such
a
a-
thing. Wait a
Man, can we,
Good luck. Good
Vast
luck
topic.
with everything.
let me see if I can go back to find the drunken belligerent idiot that was doing news before that, because I started to really care there for a minute. Man, I really do feel for you, and thank you so much
Yeah.
for sending in your
Best of
question,
luck.
Lady
Yeah,
Albright.
thank
Thank you.
you.
Once again,
Thank you.
you always rock.
Thank you.
Okay, this week, and I don't know if you guys heard, over on radiospaz.com every Friday at noon, I do a show called the 420 Music Break, which will also be a show that will be on ksjwnetwork.com. I'm proud to say I host 3 shows over there right now with about 3 others in development. One of them is the 420 Music Break. Obviously, the other is News That Blows, as well as Fight for Fitness, a morning fitness show. And we're going to be doing, we're going to try and set it up to where we can do our Saturday morning fitness show from Boys and Girls Club, somewhere out in Inglewood, probably, because that is where the KC. Home
City.
I'm so used to saying KCAA.
Home City.
At Home City, well, first off, it's my hometown. And second off, it's where the Inglewood Yacht Club as well as the KSJW studios are. So I'm going to try and talk with them about doing Saturdays, doing the Fight for Fitness with the kids.
Dope.
So that's something that's going on. Those are 3 shows that I'm doing. We've got some others in development. One of them I've just offered to our friend Eric the Well-Read Suave is a show that I just off the cuff said, how about the Radio Spaz Sports Report right over here on ksjwnetwork.com, man. And hopefully Eric will take me up on that and be a sponsor, be a segment on our show, because we're going to take the News That Blows on 2 hours to a 2-hour show starting next week. And so, 2-hour show. We're always complaining we don't have enough time to talk about all the crap in the news. So now that I actually have my own network and the opportunity, we will be doing a 2-hour. By the way, I'm also going to be doing it every day at 7 o'clock. Oh, sweet. And the 2-hour. Yeah, PM. Definitely PM. Oh, yeah. My bad. the news bond doesn't get up before noon. The 420 bond gets up at like 4. The Fight for Fitness bond, of course, is up at 7.
I like how you did there. See what you did there.
You see what I did there? I see what you did there. But in any case, I would like to ask our brother from another mother, Eric the Well-Read Suave, the gentleman who is owner-operator of radiospaz.com, as well as having his own show right here on KCAA Radio called Radio Spaz on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock. Say hi to the folks, man.
Hey, Radio Spaz Hour.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Every Tuesday at 9. Give us a little bit of that right now. Can you break down some of the breakdown on what has been happening in this crazy-ass March Madness, my brother?
Wow. Much love to Sister Jean, because she's getting it.
Man, quit playing. She got them kids pumped up on God rights.
Is just moving through,
Oh, holy crap, Eric, I'm sorry. We have to go to a commercial break because... Well, even though we're going away, I still got another network to pay for. We'll be right back after this commercial break, me groovers, with Eric the Well-Read Suave.
Hey guys, your boy Bon Johnson here. Now, if this weren't the radio, you'd be able to see me strutting down the runway in my super sexy Victoria's Secret lingerie. All right, I'm not really strutting down the runway, but I am wearing Victoria's Secret lingerie. And damn it, I feel sexy. If Victoria's Secret can make me feel sexy, just imagine what they'll do for you.
Go to victoriassecret.com and get your sexy on tonight.
Victoria's Secret. Go on, feel sexy. Okay, I've helped a gang of friends move over the years, and I thought I was pretty good at it. That was until I watched the guys at Golden Hands Moving and Relocating Company pack up and move my friends, well, his everything. Oh, I still got my pizza and beer. I just got to enjoy it while watching them do the work instead of me. And that didn't suck. I'm Bon Johnson, and I'm here to tell you that moving doesn't have to suck. Call Golden Hands Moving and Relocating Company and let them do the work. They even seem to like it. That's Golden Hands Moving and Relocating Company. Call them at 310-809-5095. And tell them Bon sent you.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
If If I haven't offended you yet, stick around for some more of this news that blows. I'm sure I'll get to you sooner or later.
That's right. I'm sure I'll get to you sooner or later. But before I do, we're going to go with the smooth, silver-tongued, well-spoken Eric Suave, the well-read Suave, might I say. And Eric, of course, is the man over at radiospaz.com who has been replaying our 420, or well, I'm all tongue twisted tonight. Eric over at radiospaz.com has been replaying news that blows every Monday night at 7 o'clock. Thank you very much, sir.
Correct.
And we do the 420 music break every Friday at noon.
Radiospaz.com.
That's it, radiospaz.com. So, without any further ado, help us out with these brackets, man. I don't know anybody who has a bracket that hasn't been busted all to hell.
No, we're all blown apart.
Is Villanova even still in it?
Oh, they're gone long ago. No.
Sure. That was my thing. Remember, I said I thought Villanova was going to be the hoochie. Nah.
Nobody had this figured out. So there's 11s.
Man,
like
get us
9s.
through it. Get us through it, dude.
I don't know. All I'm saying is Sister Jean. That's it.
That's it. Just Sister Jean. Everybody else is just screwed. Nobody else has the Godroids.
Mortgage the house.
It's all about Sister
Put it all.
Put it on Sister.
Put it on Sister. That's right.
I heard a cat on
Could
your
ride you
network
home.
talking about Sister. Oh, yeah, if she was really a sister, then I would put my money on her. They were cracking my ass, man. And by the way, if y'all haven't listened to radiospaz.com, these cats over here, see, first off, over there on Radio Spaz, they do not have the restraints and constrictions we have here due to FCC regulations and rulings.
Correct.
We try not to say certain things, and for those of you who know me well, y'all are really proud of me, man. Y'all are so proud of your boy Bond for keeping it kind of FCC all right. I only had a couple spots. I think over 12 weeks, I think I've had 2 spots where, thank goodness, we had a 30-second delay. Thank you, our brother in the studio, for making sure I didn't get fined from the FCC. I may not have been happy all 12 episodes, but for the ones that you saved my butt on, gratis to all the rest. That's how it rolls. The brackets, on the real though. Let's talk about who is still in and who is out.
I don't know.
You don't know? You're supposed to be a sports dude, man. Come on.
It's all
See, that's what happens. That's what happens when I turn around and I do too much 420 with my guests. They just become like me. Okay, let's talk a little bit about, we're going to move on from his sports show because obviously he is the man with all the sports knowledge. We're going to tune into radiospaz.com. Really, though, folks, there's a gang of shows on there. You got Shaq on there?
Of course. Shaq, Jim Rome,
and the guy who's Zabin, who I always mispronounce his name. What do I call him? Kazabon or something like that.
SB Nation AM in the morning.
Right.
The wake up show.
Who's the cat out of Boston? I love the guy. Mark from Boston. Mark from
he's
Boston.
on 4 o'clock on Saturday and Sundays.
Okay, so you got to listen to this cat, man. He's hilarious. Mark from Boston. One of the shows we have been talking about that is over there on radiospaz.com is the 420 music break.
Yes.
And on the 420 music
play.
break, I play independent music. Nothing but independent music.
That's right. Good stuff.
I kind of run my whole network, KSJW, the way I run the 420 music break. I'm not looking for stuff that's already hot, hip, and out there. I'm looking to create the next hot, hip, and out there thing.
Yeah. Right.
So I have artists that you haven't heard. Some artists that if you've done your work and you listen to independent music the way I do, you may have searched some of them out, like my brother Hipsy Gutters here. You can find him on Reverb Nation, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Hipsy Gutters. Go check it out. He has been featured here, and he gets played every week on the 420 Music Break over on radiospaz.com, as he, of course, will be getting played on the 420 Music Break that we'll be doing every day of the week over on KSJWnetwork.com, baby. Yeah. I'm so excited about that. Now, I want to talk about our 420 music break right here on the show today. Because the way the whole 420 music break thing came about, I've been doing my own talk show thing, being a loudmouth, crazy, opinionated ass for like 5-6 years now on Blog Talk. I got the opportunity from my friend Amanda Blow, who brought me in here, and thank you so much, little sister Amanda, for introducing me to Gary Garver, who was producing her show, Blow by Blow. Thank you, Gary, for brokering my show and opening the door to his studio for us. And these two cats, they opened up and they had a segment on her show called News That Blows. And that is what this was born out of. It was just a segment on her show. And so I got to do this show. When I was doing Bond Talk over on Blog Talk Radio, I used to have the 420 music break where I would have to stop and smoke a fatty to calm down because the issues we talked about, well, 90% of them we couldn't even do here on FCC. You know, serious, you know, like the N-word and like serious, like stuff. Where people were getting edgy. Edgy's a great word. We did a lot of edgy stuff. Well, the 420 music break was our way to calm down a little bit in the middle of the show. Well, it was something that I felt so strongly about. Obviously, we built a whole hour show around it when Eric and I spoke. And so here it is. Our 420 music break today is a band called Remora, who is out of Monroe County, Michigan. They sent their music in to us on the 420 music break to me, Bonjon Sin, BonJonsyn @gmail.com. This is Perfect Murder by Remora.
Love me just like a murder. Make me feel this way forever. Hate me, it's all my fault. Leave me, I'm like a broken doll. You cannot break what's been broken. You can't erase all my scars. You cannot take what's been stolen. You cannot write all my It's the perfect murder of a broken doll. Same old story buried in the ground. Perfect flame, it's all my fault. Forever never ends with a broken doll. You cannot break what's been broken. You can't erase all my scars. You cannot take what's been stolen. You cannot write all my You cannot break what's been broken. You can't erase all my scars. You cannot take what's been stolen. You cannot write all my
Yep. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Remora. Like I said, out of Monroe County, Michigan.
Shout
Woo, quit playing. That's how we do it, man. We put them on. Y'all send them in to me. Bonjon Sin at BonJonsyn @gmail.com. Yow! With my hand. Get him into me. Once again, that was Remora on our 420 music break.
great.
And of course, they will be featured on the 420 music break as our joint of the week, because we always feature what's on News That Blows as our joint of the week over there on the 420 music break. You see how I did
Sure,
that?
yeah, I see that.
We'll be right back, you guys.
Just like a murder, make me feel this way forever.
Another great 420 music break. You know, we got the folks at radiospaz.com to thank for that. The good folk over at radiospaz.com not only re-air this show, News That Blows, every Monday night at 7, they also play my independent music show titled, yep, you guessed it, the 420 Music Break. This is Bonjon Sin, and I'm spinning independent music, uncut, uncensored, played exactly the way the artist recorded it. Because that's how they get down over at radiospaz.com. Give us a listen, radiospaz.com.
It's a perfect murder of a broken down.
Aw, snap. Your car just broke down, and taking it to a mechanic is so not in the schedule, even if you did know where to find a good one. Sound familiar? Don't trip, friends. Your boy Bonjon Sin has got your back. When this scenario becomes your scenario, call Canopy Shop Auto Service. CSAS will send out a top-notch mechanic who will bring out his tools and a canopy and set up shop around your car. It doesn't matter if your car broke down at home, at work, or even out on the street. Canopy Shop Auto Service will set up shop anywhere. And weather problems are no problems for these guys. They and your car are under a canopy. But what I like most about CSAS is that their mechanics always leave your car cleaner than they found it. Yeah, really. So, there you have it. Auto repair made convenient. Call Canopy Shop Auto Service at 424-223-4924. Tell them Bond sent you. Hey, what are you doing in the fridge? Get back in here. It's time for more News That Blows.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all slide this time, since I know you're having a cocktail, since we're doing a celebration here tonight. Hey. This is News That Blows, right here on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.7. How damn it, I did it again. Five, damn it. I'm going to start that over. Hi, I'm Bonjon Sin. This is News That Blows. Welcome back. We are right here on KCAA Radio. Quit laughing at me. We are on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM. Thank you very much. And 1050 AM in the Inland Empire. And KCAAradio.com. All over the world. Plug it in. That's right. Hi, welcome back. There was a lot of news that blew this week, as there is every week, and that's why we will be continuing News That Blows right over there on KSJWnetwork.com, baby. On the KSJW, we got a lot of great shows. Another one that we have over there while we're in the music ballpark. Let's talk about my brother from another mother is hosting a show called Who Got Flows. Hipsy, let them know what up with that.
How's it going, everybody? I'm looking to acquire, you know what I'm saying, some talent as far as to host, not host, but partake in the contest. What I'm doing is Who's Got Flows. And basically the concept for Who's Got Flows is not derogatory, straight delivery, whether it be going back and forth, but it's more so on the positive freestyle tip.
All right.
And more so of everybody actually showcasing their actual talents instead of, just trying to demean another person.
Not dissing each other. So it's not like what you hear with the dudes on there talking about your mama and what you wearing, and you fat, and none of that type of stuff. No demeaning stuff.
Because,
But we got no FCC, so they can't swear.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. They can't swear.
Yeah. So,
but we don't want them dogging each other.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Obvious. Yeah.
All right. There you go. Because all my hosts, by the way, are co-producers on their shows, and I literally, we build these things in one meeting, and they kind of run with it, folks. So I'm real blessed by the talent I surround myself with, as well as really, really smart. So that I will give myself a pat on
Appreciate
the back for. So, as you were saying, it is
Yeah.
a freestyle rap
It's
competition.
a freestyle rap competition, basically, almost in the sense of American Idol.
I
and
hate
it's-
to
it's
use that
Turner.
type, but
yeah,
it
I do
is.
too. But yes, only
But
thing
you know,
can
not like
categorize
they
it
were
as,
the
right.
first talent competition. But if you
Right.
want to just chop it right up and get
Sure.
straight down to the get down, yeah,
And
it
it's-
is like an American Idol for
Yeah.
freestyle rappers.
And it's tournament style. You know, the winner comes out more notarized than going in.
Exactly. Well, obviously,
Yeah.
and quite frankly, over on our network, KSJWnetwork.com,
which will be
is where
on.
it will be. We also have what we call the Cyber Mall, where we will be featuring these artists that are on the
Their
420 music break. These guys who are on your show
Right.
rapping, as well as a bunch of other stuff that, you know,
Just-
Lady Albright has a book called Relationships in a Nutshell. And we will be trying to sign up a deal with Lady Albright where we will be selling
Yeah.
her book. We'll be selling your artist's music. We'll be selling all of the 420 music on our Cyber Mall over there. Okay, so that is what's going on. And by the way, folks, we've done a couple things to keep it real, make sure people aren't writing. We like to hear current stuff. So you're graded a little bit when we have
Say
our
that.
judges look at it. One of our judges is the judge who creates the beats that these guys are going to have to freestyle too.
Sparko.
So Sparko, you know, well, hopefully, I'm trying to sign him. But my boy Sparko, the guy who produces Team Cobra, who you can hear on the 420 music break. We're trying to, I don't know. As soon as I said Team Cobra, Eric was like, hey, huzzah. But, we're going to try to get him to come in and be one of the hosts. I'm not even going to mention the other two because one of them's me. And the other is just super cool guy who I don't want to throw under the bus until I actually know for sure. Out of respect, I won't mention him yet. But we got three of us that will be judging. Obviously, my brother here is going to be hosting. I'm pretty sure as a producer, I'm going to be able to talk him into showing everybody at the beginning of every episode exactly what time it is with that freestyle.
Yeah.
And
You
he's
don't need no
going to
convincing.
start every
Yeah.
episode with a little bit of freestyle his damn self.
Absolutely.
So, this is going to be a hot show. It's going to be really, really fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to have
They
a
can't
lot
wait.
of
I can't
super,
wait.
super duper new up and coming artists because that's how we do it over there at KSJW
Yeah.
Network.
That part.
We're all about the super duper new artists. We're about developing new talent, and that we are real excited about. Who got flows for this opportunity?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, something else we're gonna do that I just thought of. I hadn't even told you about. I thought that we would think of a couple lines here and there that we would make them use in a rap. So they
Okay.
would have to totally, almost like, what's that show where they ad-lib caca?
That is a
When
Mad
the-
Lib.
Mad Lib, almost like throwing a little Mad Lib type flair at them, to where it's like, all right, here's these 4 lines you need to use in a freestyle rap.
I can see that. Right.
That way we can make sure for sure, but they didn't come in
That's
with
not
nothing
written. That's the whole purpose, is making sure it's not written.
Y'all feeling that, right?
Yeah.
Because who wants to go up against the person that's got material that's written, right?
Well, first off,
Right.
that's not what we're doing.
Right.
We have 420 music break for that. Send your MP3s to me.
That part.
Yeah, y'all got it. But all right, now I would like to talk about another one of our shows, which happens to be sitting right there next to him. Could you go ahead and flip that over to my brother over there? We got Terry, cousin Terry,
Oh my goodness, these headphones sound so beautiful.
also known as, throw yourself on any one of them, man.
$3,000 headphones.
Man, quit playing on the $20 mic.
Goodness.
We got a show called Oh, You So Funny.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now, go ahead and let these folks know.
Well, I'm gonna be doing the show soon. Pretty much gathering some good comedians, and we're gonna go on some topics. And it's gonna be super funny. It's not gonna be whack. It's not gonna be horrible.
So you're going to have these cats do a little routine, and then you're going to talk to them. We're actually going to
Yeah.
get to hear what these people are like
Yeah,
when they're not
yeah,
doing
yeah.
their perform routine.
And if you guys keep watch on these guys, usually they'll perform at like the Ha Ha or the Comedy Improv or just Hollywood or I'm trying to hit some like OC or like Irvine area, see who's hot
Nice.
on the block,
Excellent. You got another show we're going to talk about right after this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bon Johnson, and as good as I am at the on-air side of radio, I really needed some help with the off-air side. The business side. Then I spoke with my friends at Empowerment Projects International, LLC. Now, I knew that EPI has multi-million, even billion-dollar companies that they work with. But what I didn't know was that those same business strategies could work for me. If you're a small business trying to get bigger or a big company trying to go global, EPI will help you plan, design, implement, and manage your business. Empowerment Projects International LLC helped to get me on the air, and they'll help to keep me here. Let them do the same for your business. Go to emproj.org and see what Empowerment Projects International LLC can do for you.
Oi, Captain, the chest has all been buried and the crew is all back aboard. What next, sir?
What day be it?
What day be it? What day be it? I think we're coming up on the weekend, sir.
Good. Then set sail for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
Set sail for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair?
You are aware that I've already got a pirate.
Yes, sir. All hands on deck. Set sail for the Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
The original Renaissance Pleasure Fair from April 7th to May 20th. Go to renfair.com and get your tickets today.
Come on now, leave that thing alone. It's time for more news that blows with me, Bon John Sin.
That's right. I am Bon Johnson. This is News That Blows. We are on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, 1050 AM in the Inland Empire, and KCAAradio.com all over the world. Thank you guys for joining us. We sure like you guys hanging in, you know, on our little Saturday night news party thing. Actually, once again, let me apologize for those of you, you poor pathetic bastards, that get your only news from me during the week. I apologize to you that I'm not bringing any of it to you this week because I'm just too damn happy with what's going on with the News That Rocks, with the new network thing, to do the News That Blows. So News That Blows, I guess we'll call it our little infomercial for the KSJWnetwork.com. That's what we're going to call this episode. But thank you guys so much. We, like I said, our last 4 episodes were everything as a producer that I needed to show the world. I don't need 100 of those to show people what we do. We are trying to advance from a radio show that pays to be on the air now to one that has its own network and is about to get paid to be on the air. So far more than I ever dreamt could have come from this has. And the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to share you guys with you there at home a quote that I've shared with everybody in this room. And I want to thank every single one of you here from the bottom of my heart for taking this quote so serious and taking it to your heart and making it part of what you've done here on this show. And the quote is, if you treat something like a hobby, it will be a hobby. If you treat something like a real job, it will be a real job. And thank you all for helping me turn this into a real job and a career.
Round of applause.
Thank you. On me. So much love and respect to every single one of you for helping me make what I dreamt. I don't know if any of you out there have ever developed a show or created something, but when you get to see it come together right before your own eyes, and you feel it while we're here doing it. And, you know, your hair raises up because you're so damn excited about what's going on. And every hour just goes by so damn fast you can't believe it. And it's everything that you dreamt of.
That sounds like relationships in a nutshell.
Holy macaroni, by the book, by the book, by the book.
Did we just read it?
But on me, I do want to thank you guys, every single one of you in this room, for helping me move this to the next level. I was trying to put up some archive shows so that people could hear what we do and want to buy it and go next level. Well, I never in a million years dreamt that next level would actually, oh my goodness, this is my therapist's site. This is going to be good. That's funny. Okay. I'm going to continue to talk on our radio show here about what we're doing, and this was my bad for not logging out on my therapist site, but I don't want to be rude to one of my clients. I'm on Presto Experts as Bon John Sin, prestoexperts.com/experts/Bon John Sin. check me out. I'm not going to disrespect my client by having a session here on the air, but I will speak with them quickly just to let them know that I'm not blowing them off and ask them to call me back later. They seem to have got me on hold a hell of a lot longer than usual. Have I done something wrong? Hi, this is Bon Johnson. Okay, well, hell, let's go on with our show then. Yeah, that is my bad, folk. I'm so sorry. Usually I log out of my site. I'm a sex therapist on a site called Presto Experts, and I've been doing that for, I don't know, 5-6 years, maybe even longer now. And so, of all things, usually I remember to log out before I go on the air. My bad.
Bon, what if that was a case where that erection was lasting longer than 4 hours?
Oh, my goodness.
The damage that could have been done by not answering that call.
I'm hoping they're listening. They need to check out, what was the stand-up comedian, old girl who's like, if you have an erection lasting more than 4 hours, call me. Damn, I wish I could remember her name.
Like
Come on. I was going to say, Cousin Terry, that's your department. Who was that said that?
I believe it was a lady, right?
Uh-huh.
It sounds like the lady named Lunell.
Lunell, I think. Yeah, kind of stocky sister.
Yeah.
She
got it.
See, this is why I surround myself with experts.
That's right.
Good plan. Okay, let me get into a couple more of these shows. We did talk about You So Funny. We also have a show that helps veterans that is called On the Front Line. This is all about, these guys are like, it is James Martinez, who has been in as a guest on the show. You all fell in love with James right here. He wanted to come in tonight, but you know what? He's got so much going on with his vocational center, helping veterans go on, and there's so many new contracts being signed this week, he couldn't make it. He asked me to say hello to everybody, and that he will be joining us on KSJWnetwork.com as the host. He is a third-generation combat veteran, as well as a San Bernardino County school police officer. And so James is already deeply, deeply involved in helping out veterans who come home, get reacclimated, and we're going to go ahead and give him what he needs to go next level with that. So I'm really super proud that we have the opportunity to do that show. That is one of our shows coming up. We also have a show called Knowledge for the Inside. Well, a friend of mine who spent 25 years in prison and learned the law while he was in there, and now he's out, but those who he was helping no longer have his tutelage, will get to listen in and get his tutelage, Knowledge for the Inside. Thank you. We will be right back with more news that blows.
Hey,
after
folks,
this.
riddle me this. Since The Tonight Show left the building, what else is there to do in the city of Burbank? Well, you can always go visit the Martial Arts History Museum. Learn about how martial arts was created, then banned and hidden away for years, until finally resurfacing to become the phenomenon it is today. The curator of the Martial Arts History Museum, Michael Matsuda, has also put together an amazing collection of martial arts movie memorabilia, like Liu Kang's shield from Mortal Kombat, and even the weaponry created by Gerald Okamura used in Bruce Lee films. The Martial Arts History Museum also hosts lots of great events, at which you might just meet some of the stars from your favorite action films. The past, the present, and the future of martial arts can all be found at the Martial Arts History Museum. Go to martialartsmuseum.com, then go to the Martial Arts History Museum. I'm Bon Johnson, and I'm asking you to please support martial arts and support the Martial Arts History Museum. Greetings, folks. I'm Bon Johnson. I host a new talk radio show called News That Blows, where I'll be taking a somewhat cynical look at the stories in the week's news, every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Time on KCAA Radio, 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM in the Inland Empire, and KCAAradio.com all over the world. Because as long as there's news, there will always be news that blows. Don't go getting all soft on me now. We still got a little bit more news that blows.
Oh, hail to the no. Don't go getting soft on us now, folks. Look, we're going to end up by talking about a couple more shows we got after our little commercial there by the, the Martial Arts History Museum, who is a sponsor on this show. I'd like to announce a show they will also be sponsoring on our network called Late Night Kung Fu Classics. We're going to have some great hosts on that. One of my brothers, the guy who I work for, Art Camacho, has told me already, I've gotten a verbal from him, that he will be hosting some of our late night Kung Fu classics. I'm trying to speak with Cynthia Rothrock, as well as Don the Dragon Wilson, and many others in the martial arts community who I've met by hanging out at the Martial Arts History Museum. You guys gotta go check it out. Now, another show I want to mention, there was a gentleman named Matt Dean Art. You gotta go to Matt Dean Art, Google it. This guy is going to be our new, what was his name, Ross, the guy who painted?
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. He is going to be the new Bob Ross, y'all. This guy is an up-and-coming artist. You've got to see his work. This kid is super-duper dope. He's been getting it in now for like 6-8 years as an up-and-coming artist, and he's only like 22 years old, maybe? Young-ass kid. Super talented. He is going to be doing a show called Paint Life, where he's just going to be getting it in. He's going to be painting, and he's going to be talking to you about what are you doing while he's painting. We've also got a gang of other shows in development we're going to be doing over at ksjwnetwork.com. I am so thankful for the time I have had here at KCAA Radio. Thank you, Gary Garver, again, and Amanda Blow, so much for hooking us up. Gary on and Poppins, that's our brother. Controlled Chaos every weekday right here at 8 in the morning, you guys. Check out my boy. I am Von John Sin in 623, You and Me As We, right here on News It Blows, over on KSJWNetwork.com.
KCAA Loma Linda, where you can always listen by phone. Just call 701